All right, this is just a short rant. It's gonna show my insensitivity, my lack of caring, but a little pissed off. Um, yeah, I was talking to someone today and very afraid to go outside. And if you have if you're immunocompromised and you have health issues, very understandable. But it doesn't change. You have those issues, and you need to take precautions and deal with the outside world anyways. But all the same, I was thinking about you know people afraid to go outside, people afraid of getting sick, and you know I guess just the idea of people that are older getting sick or might get sick. I was like, oh, old people get sick because their immune systems are not as great as when they were younger. Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. But I guess apparently it's different now, and it definitely can happen. But my kids are suffering in the meantime. Life's been drastically altered for them, and because people that are old might get sick. Well, if you're over 70, you've had your whole life to do whatever you wanted, and I don't know why that makes you special, or more special than my children. You've had your time in the sun. You had 70 years to do whatever you wanted. And now my kids don't even have that option. So, I am sorry, but, the sad fact, if this is a manufactured thing, and, honestly, banks gamble with pensions, and the government's broke and in debt. They don't have the money for Social Security. The banks have gambled your pensions away. What did you think was going to happen? You played the game, and it's come home to roost. So if you don't know about the case for killing Granny, I suggest you look it up. Bill Gates has talked about it. The same guy that's got a patent on the coronavirus, the same guy that warned about it, the same guy that gave Anthony Fauci $100 million prior to this event happening. Event 201 in November talked exactly about what was going to happen, a blueprint for this whole breakout and lockdown. So, regardless of the facts, you can believe what you want to believe. The fact that my kids can't do sports or go back to school or have graduation, because elderly people might get sick, is ridiculous. Most people don't eat well, they don't live well, and most people live with compromised immune system because of poor life choices. People that have immune issues, there's definitely, they got to take the same precautions whether we have a lockdown or not. So I just don't think it's fair for all of us to be punished for because some old people might get sick. I'm sorry for the way that sounds, but all those people that have those issues, the elderly, the immune compromised, we live in a day and age where you don't even have to go anywhere. Honestly, you can order everything online. There's DoorDash, there's grocery pickup. I mean, if it's that dangerous out there, don't go outside. Stay home. It only makes sense for the people that are at risk to be on lockdown, not everyone else. The people that are like, so scared, don't go outside. You take a risk when you get in your car. You take a risk anytime you go anywhere. There's a lot of things that can hurt you out there. I mean, how how many carcinogens are in our foods that the FDA is giving a thumbs up on, that people just, wolf down like it's candy. And then they're like, oh, shoot, what just happened? I have cancer now? How did this happen? Must be hereditary. But I don't know. I just don't feel like the rest of us should be punished. And, you quarantine the sick. That makes sense. But, all the mass packaging says does not prevent coronavirus. And yet we're stuck having to wear these stupid masks, which, honestly is just ridiculous. It's not good to breathe your own air. Our body was designed to get a certain percentage of oxygen. Even OSHA says that if for work environments, you have to have a certain amount of oxygen available to you, and masks does decrease that. You're not meant to be breathing your own CO2. I mean, all these, Green Deal fanatics, so we got to cut CO2. I mean, maybe that's part of this. Maybe that's one way to get CO2 down, is kill a bunch of people, have them breathe their own CO2 so it's not going into the air, if that's really the issue. I don't know. But I miss watching my kids play sports. I miss going to the movies. Maybe I'm the selfish one. Maybe. But I just think it's not fair that we so drastically alter everything to protect a group that, should be protecting itself. And that have had their time already. Like 70 years, 70 plus is a long time to have done anything you wanted with your life. And I just think it's, our kids should have that option. And, let them have a future and a normal childhood. And, I don't understand why the youth are not more important than the generation. I mean, I don't know. I have kids, that's why I feel personally about it. But, if you're old, I'm sorry. If you have issues, I'm sorry. Please take precautions to protect yourself. But, I just wish there was more talk about all of this, because I don't know why people are content to just let all this go. I've had coronavirus. My family's had it, and it wasn't even on maybe it was a 1 on, or maybe like less than a 1 on a scale of worst colds I ever had. I mean, but I also, eat well, take vitamins, try to take good care of myself, don't eat a bunch of junk. But, I don't know. I think if you make those kind of life choices and you don't really look after your health, that's nobody else's fault. If you get, if things catch up with you because of your, poor life choices, I mean, that's just life. No one can be surprised by that and just be like, oh, this shouldn't be happening to me. I've done everything to, pave the way for, poor immune system. And then, it's just what happens when, people get sick. It's just life. But it's the good things and the memories that aren't going to happen, the life for the kids. They just should be able to have that. Like all these mask mandates, they said most of them, kids under 11 don't even need to wear them. I don't get that. So, so they're not in danger. Why can't things continue on? Why can't they go to school? Why can't they play sports? Why can't they have graduations? If it was that deadly, then the mask mandates would go down to infant. Like not stop at 11. They're not in any harm. My granddaughter, who's a year old, got it. Looked like a flu, but it was maybe 48 hours worth. Like, shoot, all my kids have gotten sick over the years. and you know, it's a fairly normal part of life. I don't know. I just wish that my kids' futures weren't being so drastically affected. I know they're resilient. I know they'll bounce back. I know they'll just, you know, you grow up in your environment and you just kind of adapt. They're very resilient. But it's hard to watch. And, you know, I can sacrifice myself. I can adjust, but I'm, you know, let things go, be on restriction, do a lot of things, but don't do it to the kids. You know, they should have all the opportunities and all the, you know, they should be able to live life and, you know, not have to worry about killing people. That shouldn't be something that should be on a kid's mind. But yet, everybody's content to make it the blame game. And, you know, you go outside without a mask, you're killing 10 old people. I'm sorry, but they shouldn't be outdoors. They can stay home. That's it.